Hello, my lovelies. Elsie here to do a reading for you. It is for the Cancer new moon. How are you? Thank you so much for clicking here. I do appreciate you. This reading is going to be for the entire collective. It's one read about the new moon. I just wanted to say happy Independence Day, happy 4th of July for those of you who are doing that with family, loved ones. I hope you have a beautiful weekend coming up. I hope you get a long weekend out of the deal. And yeah, happy day to you, spending it with your loved ones in this kind lunation of this Cancer energy. So this Cancer is asking you, this Cancer new moon energy is asking you to put your mask on yourself first, right? We know the scenario of being in the plane, right? Making sure that you are taking care of yourself first so you can take care of other people around you. So this lunation is like opening the door to home and family and preparations that you need to do for yourself in order to be able to take care of all of those people you love so much in your life. So it's actually asking you to pull back a little bit and take care of yourself. Make sure that you're taking care of your own needs and make sure that you know what it is that you want, and take care of that first and everything else will follow along. So I'm just going to do some oracles. We'll get to tarot. We'll clarify a little bit. We'll find out what's coming up in this new cycle, because that's what it is, right? Full moons are about the release of old things, which would have been on the 21st of June, which was the Capricorn full moon, and now we are at the new moon phase, which is where the new cycle opens, right? So we have a new cycle opening for you here, and it's time for you to step through to the new cycle here. Let's find out what's going on for you here. Let's start with moonology, as I always do when I do the moon readings. Let's find out what's going on here. And this reading, of course, is like all the other readings, it's for the entire collective, and I will call it the signs and symbols as you need to know them in order to know what's going on. But please put your intuitive hat on so you know what's going on. Use your own discernment. Right. We've got emotions are running high. Look, it says supermoon, right? Now, when the supermoon is close, the supermoons, they are a little bit closer to the earth than the regular full moons, right? I don't think this one is a supermoon, but I feel like emotions will be running high because it is Cancer, right? It's a new moon in Cancer. And the moon is Cancer's ruling planet is the moon, right? So it feels like it's going to be some sort of an emotional thing for some of you. Tell me more about this, please. We do have, I like it, the full moon in Virgo. You are good enough. So I want to say that for some of you, it might be that you are kind of caught in this energy of, what do I do for me? It's almost like you're kind of purging your life of, I think you want to make new friends, but you're purging your life of things that you no longer need. Things that, because right now it's about your care. It's about you. It's about putting your mask on first before you put the mask on anyone else, right? It's time for you to take a breath and to take care of you. So I feel like it's telling you here that when you go over the details here, that you are in fact enough. Nothing will come from this situation. Nothing will come of the situation. So I want to say there are going to be situations that you're just going to have to let go of, collective, and that's the truth of it. And sometimes we keep people in our lives because we think it makes us mean if we decide to distance ourselves or decide to stop talking to people. But the truth of the matter is that people who don't have their own stability of the mind, their own stability of their emotions, the emotions are running high with some of those people, that sometimes you get caught in the crossfire, and that's the truth of it. So I feel like that for some of you, that emotions will be running high because you will be figuring out that there are things in your life that you need to purge, some emotions in your life that you need to purge, emotional people that you need to purge, and that you are good enough. You're good enough on your own. You're good enough to make new friends. And, there are situations you just need, it's radical acceptance of the present moment. You need to realize that some things cannot be changed. And that's the truth of it. Bottom of the deck, we have take time to breathe out. I was just saying, it's time to exhale, right? It's time to make some realizations and realize that it's time for you, I want to say. You need to take care of you. Tell me what else is going on here, please, for the collective. Tell me about the collective. Somebody here is getting some downloads in this period of time. Those of you who've decided to be alone, take care of yourselves. I feel like somebody is going to get some notifications from the universe. Tell me what's going on here, please. Need some more energy for the collective. That one wants to be seen. We do have the throat chakra in the reverse. See, it does feel like somebody here is not saying what they need to say because they don't want to hurt the feelings, right? Cancer energy. Don't want to hurt the feelings of other people. It does feel like emotions will be running high because I feel like somebody is about to say something. If you're the one who's been holding your tongue, and I think I did a reading about that sometime this week. If you're the one who's been holding your tongue, tethering yourself, not saying anything, I have a feeling that this Cancer new moon is probably one that is going to get you to say something. Say something to the people who are just not fitting into places in your life anymore. And we do outgrow people. When we grow, we outgrow people who are not wanting to grow with us. We've got partnerships and alliances. It's time for you to say something. And I want to say that this new moon is also about making friendships, but also being very specific about the friendships that you make, right? That you want to restore other friendships and maybe add some new friends, but be very picky about your partnerships and alliances. Whoever you're in alliance with, those people need to allow you to speak freely without being all butthurt about whatever it is that you say, right? People who will turn everything you say into an argument, or people who just are in an energy of unawareness. They just don't have an awareness to know that sometimes things need to be said in order to correct things, and sometimes we can do that, and sometimes it gets people who aren't aware of self, who haven't done the work, who haven't done the healing. Those people will find all of it, anything that you say, they will find an argument. So we do have balance, and we've got card number 11. This is justice. And so I feel like you are going to have justice for some of you in finding new partnerships and alliances. And these partnerships and alliances are going to allow you to speak your mind. I feel like you're looking for a group of people, or maybe a couple of people who you can hang out with as besties, people who are going to make you feel like you count, and who aren't going to make everything into an argument. Just because we don't agree on something, it doesn't mean we have to argue about it, right? We do have conflict and defeat. There we go, bottom of the deck, right? So it does feel like that for some of you, there is going to be conflicts that are going to come about. There's going to be emotional stuff that is going to come up that you're going to have to deal with here. Give me some more energy. Some energy, please, for the collective. We've got Libra energy here, by the way. We've got the throat chakra, which rules Taurus. Got happiness. Look, the thing is this, is that in the meantime, while you are doing all of this, while you're purging what you don't need and you're inviting in what you do need, it's really important that you stay happy. This will tell you that you're on the right path. And if anybody asks you, well, how do you be happy? I mean, you'll know when you're there. And the way that you know you're on the right path, collective, is that you are happy. If it's argumentative, sad, people are arguing with you, you're not going the right way. You're not on the right path. Happiness is the right path. When you don't have to push forward, when things just come to you naturally, that's the right path. It says, I'm aware that being happy means that I'm on the right path, right? So that's totally how you can figure it out. If you feel like you are on the right path, but things aren't happening for you, look around you. Are you arguing and fighting with everybody that's around you? Are you at odds with everybody around you? If you have an opinion, are people telling you that you're not allowed to have an opinion? You're not on the right path. It's supposed to be easy on the right path. And then we have humor. So I choose to focus on the lighter side of life. I feel like somebody here does that when they are in a situation that is hard to deal with, hard to deal with emotionally. Bottom of the deck, we have perseverance. I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. So somebody here is deciding to get out of this conflict and defeat energy. And we do have time to breathe. It is time for you to take a breath. It does feel like somebody here is going to be, going through the Facebook list. It feels like somebody is trying to get balance, and using all of their tools to try and get the balance in their life. So the people that they are around, the people that are in their life, are going to allow them to speak freely. And that's really all we ever want, without people yelling at us for having an opinion about something, right? Let's find out what else is going on here. Let's pick up the tarot. This is a time, right? This moon is a time for you to take care of yourself. So really figure out who's on your side, who's not on your side. And it feels like it's time for cleanup as well. Like it's time to clean up relationships. That's what it feels like. Tell me what else we need to know, please, for the collective. For this new moon. New moon in Cancer, new cycle. Tell me about Cancer. Tell me about the collective, please. Cancer, new moon. We've got the Ace of Cups. Why do we have the Ace of Cups? Tell me about the Ace of Cups. We do have the Two of Pentacles. There is somebody here who is already in this energy of being back and forth, going on some sort of a new path. It does feel like cleanup to me, like fire burns everything, right? When the farmers are trying to ready their fields, what do? They burn off the old brush, and it's time for planting of the new, right? It brings nourishment to the soil. So I feel like somebody here is like going back and forth. Where do I need to have a new beginning? Where do I need to burn some shit to the ground? I feel like it's all based on your emotional energy, right? The Ace of Cups is here, and it's like somebody is like trying to make decisions. I feel like somebody is going through some sort of a list and purging it, finding out who is actually on your side, who is the person who is going to, renew the Ace of Cups with you, whether that's love in your family, love with a friend, open new paths towards love that is romantic. Take it as it resonates for you. We have the Six of Pentacles. We have the Nine of Cups, Four of Pentacles. We have the Three of Cups. We have the Judgment card. Interesting. We have the Eight of Cups. Interesting. And then the Seven of Cups in the reverse. Hope you can see all that. Give me a second here. There we go. All right. Bottom of the deck, we have the Six of Swords in the reverse. So I feel like I'm connecting with someone who feels stuck. And the thing is that a lot of the people that I speak with who come to me for help, who come to me for readings, and they want to know what's going on, it's like they already know what they're supposed to do. They already have the answer, which is really the way you're supposed to use tarot. Make sure you already know the answer and you're just coming to tarot to get confirmation. It's not to be used as a tool as a life path. You're supposed to be making your own decisions. And if you're unsure, make the decision and then get the confirmation. Somebody here is stuck. I feel like it could be more than one of you, but somebody here is stuck in their energy, unable to move forward because they don't want to hurt anyone else's feelings. It's like you do want to go on some sort of a path of passion here, but you're waiting for the right moment. We've got fire and water, which is temperance. We've got fire and water. It's like you're waiting to begin something, but you're waiting for some sort of decision to be made. Now, I hope you're not waiting for someone else to make a decision, because I feel like this Cancer moon is going to ask you to make decisions about who you want to give reciprocity to, who makes you happy in your life, who really cheers you on, makes you happy, somebody who likes to see you happy, right? You got to get rid of the naysayers, the people who would kind of shit on the things that you're trying to do and the ways that you're trying to be happy for yourself. It's time for you to pull back your energy, right? The Four of Pentacles is telling me it's time to pull back a little bit and really open the doors to find out who are the people that are really happy for me, that see me in my Nine of Cups and are still cheering me on. And it's not going to be people who are envious. It's not going to be people who are miserable. It's not going to be those people. It's going to be the people who are happy, right? That at the heart of the matter is this wish fulfillment. They're going to be people who are happy that you're having wish fulfillment in your life. I feel like you do have some sort of a soul group or a bunch of people who really do cheer you on, really do love you, people that you have fun with, celebration. I'm going to say people who give you reciprocal energy and love. But I feel like you are going to have to make some pretty tough decisions here. Tough decisions, right? This decision-making process here and this judgment energy here. The thing is that when judgment shows up, it's not just that we're making pentacle-like decisions, like pentacles in the 3D world. We're not making just decisions in the 3D world. It really is going to be putting us on a different path altogether, right? It's like this is the minor arcana of making decisions. This is the major arcana. These are the ones that you really need to sort of go through the Facebook list and find out who's with you, who's against you kind of thing. Because there are going to be naysayers, people who just aren't happy for you. We do have the Eight of Cups, and then it's going to be time for you just to emotionally disconnect from these people. I feel like you know who they are already with the Seven of Cups in the reverse. You already know who I'm talking about. You know those people and who they are. But I feel like most of the people that come to me, they already know the answer, but they don't want to do it. They're coming to me hoping that I'll have some sort of magic that I can sprinkle to make the problem go away, because they don't want to make the decision that's going to hurt somebody else's feelings. But look, when it comes to it, is it you that's going to stay stuck, or are you going to let them stay stuck? I feel like for somebody here that you've been feeling stuck and you've not been saying anything about it. You've been feeling like, oh, here comes that text from that person again. I really don't want to talk about it. I feel like you are looking for new friends, which is also what the new cycle is about. Looking for new friends, new, supportive, kind, loving, compassionate, right? Cancer energy. We're talking about the Queen of Cups, right? Compassionate, loving, kind, doting, some people who understand who you are or willing to understand who you are. And I feel like it's time for you to do that. It's time for you to find other people that you can communicate with and move forward with, who are going to be on your side, I want to say. Let's clarify just a little bit here. Tell me about these decisions you have to make, because I feel like there's the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Wands here. And I want to say that there are new paths that you can pick. All of our friends are different. They're not all the same, right? So some people are going to be fire signs, some people will be water signs, right? Some people will be in their pentacle energy, right? So, and I feel like you're making decisions based on what your energy is. But I feel like you need to make decisions about whether, who you're going to take these paths with. That's what it feels like. Tell me about these decisions here, because it feels like there's all sorts of doors and paths opening for you, and you can go anywhere you want. But the Six of Swords in the reverse here is telling me that some of you are feeling really stuck because you don't want to rock the boat, right? You don't want to deal with these people who are under the surface, the ones who could just blow a gasket at any moment here. Tell me about the Two of Pentacles, please. What are these decisions that need to be made? We've got the Justice. It's got to be truth. It's got to be balance. You have to find the balance between fire and water. You got to find the balance between being passionate and going to grab whatever it is that you want, being creative and excitable, and also being loving and kind and accepting. It feels like you are sort of juggling back and forth about what you're going to do here. But I feel like ultimately, when you make decisions, you're going to come to this shift of energy with, I got to do this. I got to let that one go. I want to be friends with that other one. Yeah, because there are people who are going to argue with you regardless of whether they know that they're right or they're wrong. It feels like there are some people in your life, I want to say collective, who will just argue for the sake of argument. Right? And that's what the Five of Swords is. It is about conflict and disagreement, but understand that it's like arguing at any cost. It's like, I don't really care if there's truth or justice here or not. You're just going to hear my point. And we've got 5 and 1 in the hand of Justice. We've got 6. Finally, we got the 6 of Swords moving up, and you're going to moving forward, right, from the choppy waters of the chaos to the calm. And so I feel like that's what this new moon is going to be for a lot of you, is making decisions about who are the people who are pushing against you as you're trying to push forward, whether that's energetically or in your face, whether that is one or the other. We do have the Hanged Man. Yeah, it's all about perspective, my friend. I feel like you've been sacrificing the self, sacrificing things that you might say or things that you might do, because I feel like if you pick a path that if you pick the path of the Ace of Cups, people are going to be angry with you. And if you pick the path of the Ace of Wands, people might be angry with you. Well, to hell with the people. I'm going to say it's time for you to make decisions that make you happy. Because listen, stress kills. It kills people. And when you can't let it out, expel it, say what you mean, be honest with people, or at least see a therapist where you can be honest about your feelings, that stuff's going to make you sick. It is. And I've seen it happen over and over again in my life, trying to get out of that energy, right? For the longest time now, I've been trying to get out of that energy. So it's all about perspective, I want to say, and listening to your intuition. Look, you already know who these people are. You know the ones who who, when you have something really wonderful and you put it on a platform somewhere and you're really excited about something, you know who the ones are that come and share in your joy, and you know the ones that don't, that you never hear from. It's time to stop being nice. It's time to be kind. And being kind and being nice are two different things. Nice is going to get you walked on. Kind is I'm very specific about who I'm going to give my energy to. And we've got the Queen of Cups, and we were just talking about her, right? Because that's Cancer, right? That's Cancer energy, and that is compassion and love and kindness. And I really want to try and keep myself stable, even when the waters around me can be a little bit choppy. I feel like somebody here is about to make some cuts or make some decisions about who is with them, who is against them. Tell me about this Six of Pentacles here. Because I feel you've been really overly generous. I'm going to say collective. You've been really overly generous with a lot of people. You could be somebody who is Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, possibly. You could be someone who is a Libra. Could be Virgo, Pisces, Cancer. Tell me about the Six of Pentacles. I feel like what you're going to do is stick with the people who make you happy. Yeah, the ones that feel like family. The ones who see you at the crossroads and are here to give you their wisdom, to help you move along the path, to help you be happy, to move you toward the Nine of Cups. So the Hermit here, the energy of Virgo, right? Going over all the details. And the Two of Wands, right? It's about preparing to use your wisdom to be happy. Nine of Cups. And the Ten of Cups is here, of course. And I want to say the Six of Pentacles is telling me that you do have people that you consider to be friends and family. They are people who are really cheering you on, who really want to push you toward the end of the rainbow. I feel like they want you to do good. They want you to be happy. You want to be in this Ten of Cups energy with people that you give reciprocity to. And it's not too much to ask, but sometimes we just ask the wrong people. And so it's your job to go through life and figure out who you need and who you don't need. And look, don't feel bad about it. I'm telling you, it's going to make your life a lot easier. A lot easier. Tell me about the Four of Pentacles. There are people who are holding things back from you. They're not able to be vulnerable. They're not able to help you. They're not able to open up. And they won't even open their eyes. They don't want to see what you're doing. They don't want to know that you're going on this new, exciting, creative path of passion. Maybe you've met someone new. They don't really care. These people just are holding themselves closed off, miserly. Not giving you their energy, not giving you their time, not giving you their kudos. And I mean, you don't need somebody to tell you that you're doing the right thing. I feel like you know when you're doing the right thing, but wouldn't it be nice if you would just have people who would stand up and cheer you on, right? We do have the King of Wands, the King of Swords. Wow, King of Cups. Okay, so it looks like I feel like somebody here is really making cuts, I want to say. And I want to say that there is this energy here of Scorpio and Aquarius and Aries. I feel like these are all energies that are super tough. I want to say that you're like, Elsie, but how do I cut out parents? How do I cut out friends? How do I cut out family? I'm not asking you to cut anybody out. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that if the King of Swords is the person who is the problem, you need to distance that person. What does that mean? That means that when they text you, you don't answer them right away. You give them a few minutes, maybe you start with 5 minutes, right? Maybe because this person's insistent. They're like, my way or the highway. You do it. I'm facing you. I'm going to tell you. You know what I mean? This person is very verbal. And so maybe you wait 5 minutes before you answer them. But maybe the next time they text you, you wait 10 or 15 minutes. And maybe that grows and grows and grows. It's all about baby steps, right? I feel like there are people here who are bossed up in their energies, and I want to say that these people that are bossed up in their energies are the ones who are closed off to you. They don't want to see you do any better than they did. And I don't know who these people are to you, but we've got Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, and Aries, Sagittarius, Leo. Take your pick, right? It feels like there is maybe an emperor. It could be a father. It could be someone who has a business and doesn't want to see you do any good in the same business. Take it as it resonates. But I feel like what you are going to be focused on here is finding new friends and then taking new paths with new friends. And you are going to walk away with from anybody with the Eight of Cups who really isn't happy to see you get some opportunities, right? We've got the Chariot and we've got the Page of Pentacles. I feel like you have some really great opportunities that are coming up here. Cancer, right? You've got some really good opportunities that are coming up here, and I feel like it's something that's going to take you from some sort of a choppy waters into the calm. And I feel like these people, the Three of Cups people, and there might only be three of them, I'm just saying, there might only be three people, and that's okay. You don't need a bunch of acquaintances in your life. You need one or two besties, ride or dies, that are going to be your cheering section. That's all you need. You don't need all kinds of bunches of people who don't know you and are envious and don't really want to see you do good. Tell me about the Three of Cups, please. This is like a happy community, celebrating, having fun. You need to hang around with the people that are happy, because the people that are miserable are not worth hanging out with. I'm telling you, you are like the same 5 people that you hang around with, and you're going to end up miserable. You want to be a millionaire? Hang out with millionaires. You want to be miserable? Hang out with people who have small minds, that talk about people, that gossip, that are hard on other people. Like, I feel like, people who are doing really good in their life, people who are envious and say, oh yeah, they think they're all that, but you remember what they did back there? Like, people who are always going to poo-poo on shit, right? So I feel like with the Three of Cups here, I feel like this is what you're moving toward here. If you decide to make the cuts, if you decide to be the person who doesn't want these emotional blow-ups going on, you're worth it. You're worth more than that, right? That's what this card says here. You are good enough. You're worth it, and you're worth more than that. Nothing will come from a situation from someone who, can't control their emotions, screams and yells to get attention. Like, those are the people that you don't really need in your life. Now, the thing is you don't need to cut them out permanently. They may learn their lesson at some point, and you might invite them back in. But you are the person who gets to make the decision about the people who you hang out with. Look at this. You have some really great opportunities coming up here. Like the Wheel of Fortune is here. You are about to get some expansion of abundance. Like this, when you decide that you want to do it and you put your foot forward, things are going to blow up for you, and you're going to move quickly to the victory. Who do you want in your court, right? Do you want the people who are overly emotional, or do you want the people who are going to celebrate you? I really do feel like there's some decisions that you need to make here. We have the Judgment card, and I feel like you are going to make some decisions about who's with you, who's against you, and who you are just going to distance yourself from. Tell me about Judgment, please, and the Eight of Cups. Tell me about Judgment and the Eight of Cups here. We've got the Three of Wands. We've got the Emperor. It's all about you. It's all about you making decisions, right? The Emperor is here to say you need to take charge of it. You can no longer allow people to make decisions that come into your life and take of your energy, because the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Cups, who is Cancer, the Queen of Cups on her own, when she's not the Empress, is somebody who's always at risk of being depleted, because people will always come in and take her energy, make her be empathic for them. Like, they want her empathy, they want her compassion, they want her kindness, but these people are people who can't regulate their own emotions. I feel like instead of people depleting your energy, it's time for you to be happy. And the only way that you can do that is by distancing yourself and making really big decisions about what you're going to do going forward. The Emperor is here, and the Emperor is the one who is the conqueror, but the one who makes the hard decisions as well as the easy ones. The person who has the authority. And you have the authority in your life to do that. It's time for change. It's time for you to transform. Instead of waiting for other people to leave your life, waiting for other people, Three of Wands, waiting for other people to take charge and say, okay, I'm done with you. It's time for you to just quietly and silently distance yourself from people. I feel like you know who these people are. I feel like you know who they are already. I feel like it's time to realize who these people are and start making new friends, new partnerships and alliances. People who don't mind when you speak your mind. People who are going to deal with things with happiness and humor. And look, everybody has a bad day. I'm not saying to have this toxic happiness. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that you need to decide who is pulling you down, who has got you by the ankles, who won't let you fly, and who is ready to see you soar. somebody who's going to clap for you when you soar. I feel like it's time to get some courage and make some decisions here with strength. And the truth is that it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard to lose some people. But I can tell you this as a testimony that there is a lot of people who are no longer in my life because they just are, Debbie Downers. They're the people who always have drama. Everything is always everyone else's fault. And until you look at yourself and take into consideration that you're the one making decisions and stop blaming it on the stuff that's out there, it's the only way that it's going to work for you. So I hope that the new moon is good for you, and manifest good things for yourself. I'm going to go for now. You guys take care. I'm out for now. Be well. Bye-bye.